Well, hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right up to now, I uploaded video lectures on the chapter Magnetism and Matter. Dear student, today I am going to discuss a very important topic in this chapter Magnetism and Matter. So that is hysteresis loop. How the hysteresis loop will form and what are the factors causing hysteresis loop and which materials are involving in hysteresis loop and what is the hysteresis curve. So I will discuss clearly about this hysteresis concept. So this hysteresis concept is very important for the board exams and as well as a need point of view. Some theoretical questions are asked in competitive exams, so please watch the lecture till the end. Definitely you should love this lecture, right? So now, hysteresis loop, hysteresis 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 curve. So what is meant by hysteresis curve? Which materials are mainly involved in hysteresis curve and why those materials only involved in the curve I will discuss. Ferromagnetic materials generally ferromagnetic materials are ferromagnetic materials are ferromagnetic materials are involved materials are produce hysteresis curve. Hysteresis curve. Because generally ferromagnetic materials are produce hysteresis curve because ferromagnetic materials contains domains each domain has 10 power 11 to 10 power 20 electrons. Because ferromagnetic materials contains domains. So what is meant by domain? Domain is nothing but a group of magnetic dipoles. A group of magnetic dipoles is called domains. Okay, so here, and one more point, ferromagnetic materials contains magnetic dipoles. Ferromagnetic materials contains magnetic dipoles. So those are interact with each other and dipoles are themselves. So dipoles are themselves aligned same direction. Aligned same direction in small volume of atom. In small volume of atom. In small volume, same direction in small volume of atom is called domain. Okay, is called domain. Ferromagnetic materials contains magnetic dipoles. Those are interact with each other. Generally those are interact with each other, and dipoles are themselves aligned in same direction in small volume of atoms is called domains. Those are called domains. For example, this is ferromagnetic material, means it contains some dipoles. Most number of dipoles are aligned in same direction, but few portion of volume dipoles are not aligned in same direction. Observe this portion. These are not aligned in same direction. Okay, so these more number of dipoles are aligned in same direction. These are called domains. This is called a domain. If more number of dipoles are aligned themselves in same direction, in small volume of atom is called domain. So each domain should contains more number of electrons. Okay, so that's why so ferromagnetic materials only produce hysteresis curve. Okay, so produce hysteresis curve. So next, so please note down this. Again I recapitulate one more time, please observe carefully. Hysteresis curve. Generally ferromagnetic materials are produce hysteresis curve because ferromagnetic materials contains domains. Each domain has 10 power 11 to 10 power 20 number of electrons. Ferromagnetic materials contains magnetic dipoles. Those magnetic dipoles are generally interact with each other, and dipoles are themselves aligned in same direction, aligned same direction in small volume of atom is called domain. Okay, so example, observe carefully. This is ferromagnetic material. So in this material atoms are there. That atom should contains some dipoles, electric dipoles. Why ferromagnetic materials contains dipoles? Because m net of ferromagnetic dipoles are not equal to 0. If net magnetic moment is not equal to 0, means dipoles are exist. Okay, dipoles are exist. So these dipoles are themselves aligned in same direction. So due to the presence of domains, ferromagnetic materials are only produce hysteresis curve. So produce hysteresis curve. How it will produce hysteresis curve, I will discuss now. And what is the diagram, and what is meant by retentivity, what is meant by coercivity, I will discuss now. So please observe carefully. Generally, if we kept ferromagnetic material in external magnetizing field, what is that? Magnetizing field. magnetizing field, that is indicated with H. Magnetizing field is indicated with H. Magnetization is indicated with I. So please observe the difference. Magnetizing field indicated with H. Magnetization indicated with I. Okay. So if you kept a ferromagnetic material in external magnetizing field, okay, if we kept ferromagnetic material in external magnetizing field, okay, external magnetizing field, then magnetic field, then ferromagnetic material strongly magnetized, okay. So if you kept ferromagnetic material in external magnetizing field, then ferromagnetic material is strongly magnetized, and that means B value is, that means B value, magnetic field value, increases non-linearly, up to certain point. Increases non-linearly up to its achieved saturation region. Up to it achieves saturation. It achieves saturation. This point is very, very important. Again, I explain, observe carefully. If we kept ferromagnetic material in external magnetizing field, some magnetizing field is there, ma'am. In that we place ferromagnetic material. Okay. If you kept ferromagnetic material, it is strongly magnetized. That means B value increases, H value also increases. Magnetic field is increases and H value also, magnetic field will going to be increases because it is strongly magnetized. That means B value is increases non-linearly up to its achieved saturation. So once it is achieved saturation means it does not changes. B value is not increase. Before achieve saturation, B value is increases non-linearly. Okay, next. If we remove ferromagnetic material from magnetizing field, if I remove magnetizing field means what is the meaning? If I remove ferromagnetic materials from the magnetizing field, what is the meaning? H becomes 0. That means H is equal to 0. If we remove ferromagnetic material from the magnetizing field, that means H is equal to 0. But magnetic field never but B, magnetic field, B means magnetic field, but magnetic field B never becomes 0. That means B not equal to 0. Even, observe carefully, even H becomes 0, magnetizing field becomes 0, magnetizing field H becomes 0, but B not equal to 0. B not equal to 0. This point is very, very important. This point is very, very important. If you remove any ferromagnetic material from magnetizing field, that means magnetizing field H value becomes 0. But magnetic field never becomes 0. Magnetic field not equal to 0. Even H becomes 0. Magnetizing field becomes 0. Magnetic field never becomes 0. This is very, very important. Observe carefully. If magnetizing field is there, then only it will behave as a magnet. It will attain some magnetizing properties. It has some magnetic field. But even I remove H, magnetizing field, even though some magnetic field is exist inside the ferromagnetic material, even H value becomes 0. So observe carefully. I will explain simply. Field lines are there, magnetic field lines, external magnetic field lines are there. We place ferromagnetic material in that. After some time, it becomes strongly magnetized material. It becomes more magnetized. Magnetic field is increases because field is there. Now I remove this field. That means magnetizing field is now 0. Now I remove this field. Even though I remove this field, magnetic field never becomes 0. Even though I remove this field, some magnetic field is exist inside a ferromagnetic material. Okay, even magnetizing field H is equal to 0, but B not equal to 0. Okay, B not equal to 0. That means magnetic field lags behind. Magnetic field is indicated with B. Magnetic field B lags behind H. Okay, the magnetic field B lags behind H is called hysteresis. Okay, what is meant by hysteresis? Even H becomes 0, magnetic field never becomes 0. So B not equal to 0. That means some magnetic field is lags. That means delayed. Magnetic field is delayed. Generally, hysteresis means means in Greek, hysteresis what? Hysteresis is equal to delay. Hysteresis means delay in Greek. What is the meaning of hysteresis? Hysteresis means delay. Delay means late. Okay, delay in Greek. That means magnetic field is delay. Magnetic field is lags behind H. That is called hysteresis. Are you got my point? According to definition only we'll get. Hysteresis means delay. The word hysteresis means delay. Delay in Greek. That means what is delay here? Magnetic field is delay behind H. Even H value becomes 0, magnetic field never becomes 0. Why magnetic field is never become 0? Because ferromagnetic material should contain domains. That's why even H becomes 0, magnetic field never becomes 0. If you consider paramagnetic materials, if you consider diamagnetic materials, if H becomes 0, B also becomes 0 for paramagnetic materials and diamagnetic materials. But for ferromagnetic materials, if H becomes 0, B not becomes 0. That means B lags behind H. B delay behind H. Okay. So magnetic field B lags behind H is called hysteresis. Okay. Next, I will draw the diagram here. I will draw the diagram and I will tell. Right. So observe this curve carefully. So magnetic field versus H curve. B versus H curve. Okay. So here we'll get curve is like this. We'll get curve is like this. Okay, this is the curve. Okay, so this is hysteresis curve. So here x-axis represent magnetizing field, y-axis represent magnetic field. Magnetic field. This is O point and this is A point. See, observe carefully. From O to A, from O to A. First of all, at O, H is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. H is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. If from O to A, H value is increases gradually. H value is increases non-linearly with B. Okay, O to A, B value is increases non-linearly with H. That means if H increases, B also increases. If H increases from O to A, H increases, B also increases, but non-linearly. Non-linearly means linear means straight line. Non-linear means not a straight line here. Okay. So from O to A, B value is increases non-linearly with H. Okay. Next. Once it reaches saturation region, this is called saturation region. This is called saturation. So positive saturation. This is negative saturation. So from O to A, B value is increases non-linearly with H up to it achieves saturation. Okay, and again H becomes 0, and again here H becomes 0. If H becomes 0, but B not equal to 0, that means even magnetizing field H equal to 0, even magnetizing field H is equal to 0, but magnetic field B exists. Magnetic field B is exist. This magnetic field is called magnetic field is called residual magnetic field. What is the term? Residual magnetic field. Residual magnetic field or retentivity or remanence. Okay, observe carefully. At O, H is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. From O to where B value is increases non-linearly with H up to it achieves saturation. Once it achieves saturation, B value is never increases. If H becomes 0, but B not equal to 0. If H becomes 0 but B not equal to 0. So even magnetizing field H is equal to 0 but some magnetic field is exist. This magnetic field is called residual magnetic field. So some magnetic field is exist inside material. Okay, inside material. This magnetic field is called residual magnetic field, retentivity or remanence. This is very, very important. Okay, some magnetic field is inside material. That magnetic field is called residual magnetic field, retentivity or remanence. Next coercivity. Next, what is coercivity? Now next, the word is coercivity. Now B value not equal to 0. So how to make this B value equal to 0? The amount of magnetizing field H required to make B equal to 0. To make B equal to 0 is called coercivity. The amount of magnetizing field H required to make magnetic field is equal to 0 is called coercivity. So that is called coercivity. This region is called H plus region, H maximum region. Here it is negative H maximum. This is positive H maximum here. Positive H maximum. Okay. So coercivity is nothing but the amount of magnetizing field required to make magnetic field is equal to 0 is called coercivity. So next, this is about hysteresis. Next, here we had two types of materials. One is soft ferromagnetic materials, and second type are hard ferromagnetic materials. Soft ferromagnetic materials means so low hysteresis area or a loop. Low hysteresis loop. This area is less for a soft ferromagnetic materials, and low retentivity. Next, low coercivity. Generally, retentivity is indicated with B. Coercivity is indicated with H. Okay. So low hysteresis area or loop, low retentivity, low coercivity. Okay. So if ferromagnetic materials has low hysteresis area, low retentivity, low coercivity, then those materials are called soft ferromagnetic materials. Okay. So those materials are called soft ferromagnetic materials. So soft ferromagnetic materials having low hysteresis area, low retentivity, low coercivity. So those materials are called soft ferromagnetic materials. These are use. These materials has high magnetic permeability. So these are used So these are used in solenoid cores, core of solenoid, used to made core of solenoid and in transformers. So in transformers we are using soft ferromagnetic materials. Why we are using the soft ferromagnetic materials in transformers? Because it has high permeability. That's why we are using it in transformers and core of solenoid to made core of solenoid. So what materials we are called soft ferromagnetic materials? If magnetization is equal to 0, if H is equal to 0, then magnetization I also 0. If H is equal to 0, then magnetization I also 0. Then those materials are called soft ferromagnetic materials. This condition is very, very important. If magnetizing field H is equal to 0, then magnetization also equal to 0. Those materials are called soft ferromagnetic materials. Next, what are the conditions? Low hysteresis area, low retentivity, low coercivity. These materials has high magnetic permeability, so these are used to made core of solenoid and in transformers. Next, hard ferromagnetic materials. So diagram is, for this materials diagram is, hysteresis loop is very small. Okay, hysteresis loop is very small, we are indicated. So this is called B, this is H. So observe here, hysteresis loop is small. Okay, so these are soft ferromagnetic materials. Next, hard ferromagnetic materials. Simple thing. If H is equal to 0, then magnetization I not equal to 0. Okay, and second one is hard ferromagnetic materials. Simple thing. Hard ferromagnetic materials means if H is equal to 0, then magnetization I not equal to 0. And it has high hysteresis area, and high retentivity, and it has a high coercivity Okay, and usage, these materials has high magnetic, these materials usage is, so generally usage for this hard magnetic materials is used to made permanent magnets, So to make permanent magnets, we are using hard ferromagnetic materials. So diagram, examples, steel. Steel is best example for hard ferromagnetic material. So what is the best example for hard ferromagnetic material? Steel is best example. And diagram, it contains more area, more hysteresis curve. Okay, so this is B and this is H. Okay, so high hysteresis area, high retentivity, high coercivity. If H is equal to 0, then magnetization I not equal to 0. Okay, usage is to made permanent magnets. Next, example of hard ferromagnetic material is steel. Next, I forgot to write example of soft ferromagnetic material. What is example of soft ferromagnetic material? Example of soft ferromagnetic materials. Example of soft ferromagnetic material. Example of soft ferromagnetic material is generally we are using uh, soft ferromagnetic materials. Wait. Soft ferromagnetic materials generally we are using the lodestone. Lodestone. So this is a natural magnet. Lodestone means natural magnet. Lodestone and soft iron. Okay. So soft iron and lodestone are best example for soft ferromagnetic materials. Example for hard ferromagnetic materials, steel. Steel is the best example for hard ferromagnetic materials. Soft iron is used to made core of transformers and core of solenoid. So this is about hysteresis curve and details about more details about this hysteresis curve. I hope all of you understood this. These concepts are very important for the competitive purpose and board purpose. So please practice and revise these concepts regularly. All the very best.